We also want to tell you this morning about a Kansas City teenager fighting for his life after being shot for knocking on the wrong door.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about 84-year-old Andrew Lester shooting 16-year-old Ralph Yarl after Ralph went to the wrong house in Kansas City, Missouri. Now, the 16-year-old is still alive. May he get well soon. He was shot once, I believe, in the head, and then again after the first shot while he was on the ground bleeding out. Now, there's a whole lot to this case, but the elephant in the room, the obvious thing is the racial component. You see, the 84-year-old man is white and a 16-year-old boy is black. So now you have Lee Merritt on the case. Civil rights guys are up in the tizzy. They're talking about, oh, this is a racially motivated, targeted shooting, all this and that and the third. I think it's more about an irresponsible gun owner getting scared and just shooting indiscriminately. And before I go any further, let's go ahead and get to the news clip. If you want to see this clip in full without my commentary, link as always will be in the description. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio and go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
We also want to tell you this morning about a Kansas City teenager fighting for his life after being shot for knocking on the wrong door. The family of 16-year-old Ralph Yarl says he was trying to pick up his younger brothers when he made a mistake. He mistook one address for another, and someone shot. Police say the person who shot this teen has not been charged, at least not so far. Lily Luciano has more on this story.
And you should never, ever have to worry that your life will be taken.
1 block difference is what the family of 16-year-old Ralph Yarl say landed him in the hospital Thursday with what's described as life-threatening injuries. Yarl was supposed to pick up his younger brothers from a friend's house on 115th Terrace in Kansas City, but she says instead he went to 115th Street, where he rang the bell, and that's when police say a man opened fire, shooting him in the head. Yarl's aunt said the man then shot him again.
There is a thorough investigation under.
Let's pause for a minute right here. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to say this in this clip. I'm seeing it for the first time right now with you guys live, but I've already kind of looked into it. What they said is that he shot through the door and the screen door. So it wasn't like there was any kind of, entry or anything like that. He just got scared and shot through the door. Now, last I checked, you cannot do that. I'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Let's continue.
Underway now. There will be a thorough review in the prosecutor's office.
That's the mayor, Quentin Lucas, Kansas City mayor.
We will make sure we do all we can to be fair, to make sure that we're as expeditious as possible.
The homeowner who allegedly shot the teen was taken into custody on a 24-hour hold and was released. Police cited the need for further investigation and for a formal statement from the victim as some of the reasons. While the identity of the shooter remains unknown, many in the community worry race may be a factor. Kansas City's police chief acknowledged that concern.
I want everyone to know that I'm listening, and I understand the concern that we are receiving from the community.
Black lives are under attack. What do you do? Stand up, fight back.
Protesters gathered and demonstrated on Sunday, calling for justice, including Yarl's father.
Our message for the prosecutor, we want charges. That's what we want. If he goes free, the next black kid that's gonna ring that doorbell could get shot again.
That was Lily Luciano reporting. You could see how easily you could make the mistake. 115th Street, 115th Terrace. But let's talk about Ralph Yarl for just a second. He's described as a section leader in the marching band, one of the top bass clarinet players in Missouri. His friends and teachers describe him as kind, soul, quiet, friendly, well-mannered, willing to help, no criminal record, his family says, super smart, and a musical genius. I mean, thank God he's still alive. Let's just start with that. Thank you so much he's still alive. But there are still so many questions. You knock on the door. They say it wasn't threatening, according to the family and the attorneys. He was just knocking on the doors to pick up his little brothers.
Yeah, based on what we know now, unless it's legal to shoot people, delivery people who are knocking on the door,
Exactly.
how is this okay? I don't know. Police are going to be looking into it.
And we do have to question ourselves as a society when we get to the point where someone ringing a doorbell, somebody who's lost or somebody who's looking for help, can find themselves facing down the barrel of a gun.
And
a child.
It happened to police who went to the wrong address in a different state as well. So
that's the the video from CBS News. Again, a link to that in the description. But the media are crafting a narrative, especially some of the written media. This is New York Times right here. Look at the headline. It tells you all you need to know right there. 84-year-old is charged in shooting of black teenager who went to the wrong house. They put the race right there, right away, right in front of your face. Okay. So, and here is a little bit more. Let me see. He's a black 16-year-old, Kansas City. Mixed up the address. And then the white man who answered the door there shot him in the head and again in the arm after he fell. Okay, so they're telling you right here, it's black, teenager, white man. Why does that really matter? If it's a case of mistaken identity, wrongful shooting, whatever it is, that should be the case rather than the whole race thing. But the race thing is there, so it forces us to speak about race in one way or another, whether it's we are trying to debunk the idea of race being involved, whether we're trying to say it's okay for some reason for race to be involved, whatever it is, it forces the race conversation. I don't really want to have it, but I can't avoid it. It put it right in front of my face. Now, here's what I think, and here's a picture of the guy right here. That is the booking photo of Andrew Lester. I heard at first he was 87 years old, then it was 85 years old, but police documents say he's 84 years old. He's an old man, essentially. Okay, he's an old man in his house, got scared. Now, I was reading about this before I did the video, and what I read, they said that the man, the old man, he was very apologetic and was worried about the victim and all this and that, but he was saying that he couldn't risk the male breaking in and doing something to him, so he got scared. Now, that's his reasoning. I'm not saying it's right, because one thing I know that you cannot shoot through your door at people. You can't do that. If they break into your property, that's something else. Let me come back so you can see me clearly. Here's an example. I did a video recently where somebody went to the wrong house looking for someone that had hit their daughter in a hit and run, traffic accident. They went to the wrong house, and then they're talking, screaming at the person through the window, and the guy on the inside is saying, "You're at the wrong house. Nobody like that lives here. You're at the wrong house. Go away." And the guy's refusing to leave. So the first thing should be a warning. Did the old man even say anything to the guy before to the young boy before he started shooting? Or did he see him at the door, get scared and shoot through the door? I don't know, but let's continue. In the video I covered before, they're having this back and forth talk about you're at the wrong house, go away. The guy on the outside finally breaches the door. Now, at that point, if the guy inside had a weapon, he is within his right to go ahead and shoot him on down. Okay, send him up to the upper room. But if he's just outside the door, outside the window, you can't do that. And if I'm wrong, y'all let me know in the comments below. And in some states, you can't even hit them when they're in the house. But definitely in most states, as far as I know, once they breach your home, then you can go ahead and get it cracking. Some even said keep the door unlocked. If they open the door when you have not invited them, when you warn them to not come in, they open the door, even if it's unlocked, and they present a threat to you by being in your home, uninvited, unwanted. Now you can go ahead and do what you got to do. But a guy ringing the doorbell and you're scared, that's no reason to shoot them. And I got to add one last piece, the most important piece, before I wrap it on up and put the bone on top. This story is getting a lot of attention. It's all over the place. You got Black Lives Matter protesters deep, 1,000 deep immediately. As soon as the story hits the news, they're all over the place. But why isn't the same level of attention? Why isn't the same level of concern and anchors on TV crying, choking up? Why is that not given to the story I just covered in Alabama by Montgomery, Alabama, in a small town, Dateville? 28 shot and 4 killed. Okay, and they were young people too, right around the same age as the boy that got shot here. This boy is 16. It was a sweet 16 party with kids, black kids his same age. What's the difference? No white man to blame. If all lives and black lives are precious and they mean something, especially young people, then that should be the case all the time, not just when it's politically expedient. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about this case based upon what we know so far? I know there could be more coming out later, but do you think it's a case of just somebody shooting when they shouldn't be shooting through a door, regardless of what? Even if the person was a threat, which from what I'm able to see was not a threat, you can't shoot through the door because, I mean, that just kind of violates laws. But whatever your thoughts are on that, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I don't think it was a racial issue. Could there be a racial element there? Of course. You got this old man and he sees this black kid coming up to his door, doesn't know who he is. He feels threatened and then he shoots through the door. You can't do that. But I think it's more about an irresponsible gun owner because you're going to shoot through the door. You can't do that. It doesn't matter who they are, what color they are, what's going on. You just can't do it. Simple as that. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.